All right, conditioning. So,
Like of your hair, right?
hair conditioning. Ethan knows hair conditioning. That was good.
I have not come once today.
She missed
Holy shit.
You've been nice to her too.
Being bald is fun. You're right. It is kind of funny.
Yeah, right?
You're right.
All right, so in all fairness, I stole this from Ethan.
What?
The C in S&C. He said that to the interns. I thought it was really funny, so I actually put it on the slide. But there's Carrick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's some dude in the NFL that I don't know, but he was dragging me really, really fast. I'm sure he has.
Don't fall.
I'm sure he has a name, but he also has a really sweet grill. But I don't know his name. All right. So I'm going to fly through some of this stuff just so we're not here forever and all day. But these are the different things we're going to cover today, from like what conditioning means to the energy systems, because you kind of have to understand energy systems to even understand this. We're so focused on strength, stability, mobility, these types of things, because with what we do and what we're after, they're so important and valuable. I think this is a lot of the stuff we just don't touch on a lot. So I just want to be able to kind of circle into these methods throughout, right? So it's hard because when you want to talk conditioning, you first have to think about like, what is the word fitness? So what is someone's fitness? So it's kind of the question we need to ask before we even look at what is conditioning. So what would you say someone's fitness is? Like if you say like, this person is fit, if you're looking at it from that regard, like what is fitness? Anybody have anything?
Their heart rate range is high from resting to max, and they have over 1x strength by deadlift, squat, and bench press.
Yeah, cool. Anything else? Yeah.
Their ability and efficiency to move.
Yeah.
Wow,
Legit.
wait, you're higher.
Yeah.
Thank you! Oh my god, that's so cool. I'm so excited. I know she's right higher. She's so excited.
So mine is both of those is just simplified. It's the ability to meet the demands of a given task. Like someone's fitness level is the ability to meet whatever the task is that's asked of them, right? So it's just more of a general global, and that's really what someone's fitness is. It's the global overall look, and then we'll dive into like the actual specifics. But it's the integrated capacities of the body's different systems. So conditioning is just one of the aspects that we're going to be targeting. We're looking at those integrated capacities to do things. Strength is a capacity that can be developed through skill. Same thing with conditioning. Fitness is the global aspect of combining all of those, right? So I kind of look at it as from this aspect. I would devise out even more pieces, right? But I just wanted to make it from a simplistic systems map. So if you look at fitness, fitness is the whole, and you have these parts that make up of that. So you can have the part of being very stable, the part of being very strong, the part of being very mobile, the part of having skill. Ethan just like went hard on that, which was great. And then the part of being conditioned versus deconditioned on that. And so when we look at fitness, like I said, it's just the sum of all of these parts as a whole. We're just going to simply focus on conditioning for today, right? So then we ask ourselves, kind of understand fitness. What is conditioning? What you got?
The sum of all of your different metabolic adaptations in terms of keeping your cells creating ATP quickly and for a long period of time.
It's actually really smart. I like it. Anybody else want to add anything else?
Building max capacity.
Building max capacity? Heck yeah.
Stop saying what I'm saying, but
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The ability to sustain and repeat effort. You're either conditioned or you're deconditioned. A deconditioned person can only do something once, or they can barely do it at all, or they can't go very far. They can't either sustain it or they can't repeat it. So I try and again make everything really simple, and all our definitions, for me at least, always start with the ability to. The ability to produce force, ability to resist force. So you can catch a theme, you can usually catch my definitions. But it's how efficiently you produce, use, and restore that energy. So you can either repeat things multiple times. Well, that person can use that energy. They can repeat that energy. They can restore and rebuild that energy really well. They can go really hard, and then they gas out. So maybe they have some capacities, but maybe they don't have all. Or they can go a really long time, but they move like a turtle, right? So maybe they have those kind of capacities. So that's what we're looking at overall as a whole. So why does it matter? Because conditioning drives recovery, fatigue management, and readiness. And for me, I think this main piece of it drives recovery is the one that matters the most. And that's just me personally. But if you are deconditioned, you can still probably go and push yourself to go do something really hard. You're like, I never go do anything, but you know what? We got this Pat Tillman run, because that's coming up when a bunch of people go and do it. Or they go and they do a turkey trot. They're not active, they're deconditioned. They push through. They are wrecked for the next 24 hours, 48 hours, maybe even longer, right? It's because they don't have the ability to recover. And I think conditioning is more on the ability to recover than what we just think about in your ability to exert capacities. So I just think it's important to kind of have an idea of what that is. So it is really fatigue management. But like at the given time, that's really what it is. And that's why like when you look at hybrid athletes, you're like, whoa, really impressive. So you can either be an economy vehicle, you go really, really far. Doesn't take much gas. Like, that's great. That's your like ultimate long distance runner that's not very fast, but can just keep going forever and ever and ever and ever. That could be one vehicle that you're in. You could also be old school, all torque, right? Get off the line, thing drops low, doesn't have a lot of horsepower, so if it's longer than 1/8 of a mile, gonna struggle. It'll still get down 1/4 mile pretty fast. And then it can, it can juice back up, come back to the line, cool down, and fire again. And it can keep doing that time and time and time and time again. We like that. They usually look like that too. They're usually like pretty beefy, pretty sexy, right? So this is a good thing. But you're not taking that thing on a road trip, it's not gonna make it. 100% not gonna make it. It's gonna run out of gas, run out of juice before you even get to the next gas station. Then you have the car that can rip around a track. Yeah, it's got some of this torque, definitely not as fast. It's not getting off that line to that same degree, but it's gonna rip around a little bit longer. It's not gonna go as far as this car, and it's definitely not as comfortable as this car. And it takes a lot of maintenance, right? But it's still fun to have. And then you got kind of this like perfect hybrid in between. It's luxury, it can go pretty fast, it can go pretty far, it can handle some corners, it can do all these kind of things. So it's really just about like what sport, what person, what you're after. All are good, but it's really what you want to be able to do, and conditioning just determines which one of those. So now we need to look at energy, because energy is where we can actually get our conditioning aspect, right? So energy is just the capacity to do the work, to fuel in the car. It's really, really simple. And I'm going to try and make all the ATP stuff that Ethan just mentioned as simple as possible, because it's a really complicated thing that is not explained easily anywhere. I spent a long time just looking, and I'm like, no one knows how to make this an easy topic, right? Even when I listened to something Day said, I was like, nope, too hard for my brain, right? So ATP is really what we're talking about, right? Andosine triphosphate, and really if you just look at it, it's the currency that your body spends to do the work, right? So let's make this even easier. Conditioning is how fast you spend and replenish it. Now let's try and make it Joseph language. That's why I had pictures of cars, so I could try and match Ethan's pictures. I actually didn't know he had pictures. All right, so we got 3 systems. Has anybody heard of these 3 systems? Sweet, anybody want to take a guess what the Alactic or Phosphagen system is?
The creatine phosphate system.
Heck yeah. I'm sure you even know the actual little...
Seconds bursts of energy.
Boom.
You're higher.
Yep. So which one of those vehicles would that probably be?
The second one.
Yeah, the Mustang. Yeah. The old muscle car. Yeah. It's an old muscle car. It's not wrong. It's gorgeous and amazing. Yeah. It's Ethan. Lactic system. Or glycolytic system, if you will. What's it do? What do we...
A little bit longer spurts of energy.
Yeah.
A long sprint. Yeah.
5 to 10.
Yeah.
10 to 15.
Sweet.
Something like that.
Yeah. And then aerobic. Oxidative.
Her system.
Not wrong. Yeah. Can go a long time, right?
Last time was the Porsche. That's all that I care about.
You are the Porsche. You are the Porsche.
Last one.
Yeah.
Tesla.
I'm pretty sure it was a Porsche.
I'm pretty sure it was a Porsche.
It was a Panamera.
You were for Tesla.
Back here.
So the one thing that I think gets confusing is like one system is on, another system's off. No, that's always wrong. And the system that the body is always trying to use at all times actually is your oxidative, your aerobic system. It is trying to use that because it can do that the longest. It wants to be there. That's where it can live in homeostasis. But then eventually you're doing something that asks more of it. And so then it's going to tap into these other systems. They just burn through quick, right? And so it's just important to do that. So let's make it even easier. Short stuff, mid-range stuff, long stuff. To you guys' point, right? Okay. Yes.
Where does anaerobic come?
Anaerobic? Like,
Glycolytic.
yeah. Okay, so I look at it as money. So food is your paycheck. You guys all get a paycheck every like 2 weeks. It's pretty great. You're like, yes! Food is energy. Paycheck allows you to do stuff, right? But back in the day, when you didn't have all these electronic deposits and electronic like direct transfer things, you actually got a paper check when Kirill and I used to work. Now we don't work. Yes, so you got a paper check. You can't do anything with a paper check. I couldn't go to the grocery store to do anything with it. Food goes in. You have to do something with that food. That food has to go into the bank. Think of ATP as how you spend your money. It's that bank. So food comes in, ATP is there, sweet. Now that it's in the bank, now you can ask the bank for different things so you can go spend it. So you can take out some cash and you go up to somebody and you're like, I have $20. It's instant. That's your ATP, right? Creatine phosphate. So you can spend that from an alactic standpoint, that real quick short, boom, instant. And then it's gone. I don't have more money in my pocket. Great when I need that short expense and that short burst. I need to hit the gas in that Mustang and get off the line torque, right? But if I have a debit card's kind of great. I can pull it out, but I might have a limit every single day with what I can spend. A lot of debit cards, it's like, yep, you have this limit that you can spend every single day. Nice little safety guard. Now, hopefully over time, you can actually build that safety guard up. You can go from like, oh, I have a $10 a day spending limit on my debit card to now a $100 a day spending limit on my debit card to now a $500 a day spending limit on my debit card, right? But it's still just one transaction at a time. And eventually what happens is they're like, nope, 500 is the max. It's usually where they kind of put them. And then you can like do another charge, but you can't do more in one charge. So you need to recharge or you need to take a break and then go back and say, hey, I want another one. And then you have the last kind of system that I look at, which is your aerobic system. Think of this as like your automatic reoccurring payments that you've got already set up. They're already in. It's kind of a nice thing. You don't have to think about it. It's just going to pull, and it's going to keep pulling from the bank, but it's only going to pull based on how much is in the bank. It's never going to auto overdraft. It's not going to let you do anything more than what you've got. So I just try to like understand these three systems, and for me that makes it really easy to kind of understand overall what is happening. So hopefully that was helpful. All right, so now let's look at it from a force fatigability standpoint. So then this is kind of pulling what Ethan was talking about too, but we've got power output, so how much power we can actually like put out, and then how long we can do it. And so if we look at it from both those two ranges, it gives us some good info. So we have the runner, right? So the runner may like hit some hills, hit some things. They're going all the way over here. They can just endure forever. Cool, they're good. Because they're not putting out a ton of power to the same degree that other athletes would, right? They're conserving because they're like got to go a really long distance. Then you have like sport. You're going to have much more of an undulation that is going to be happening where you got to sprint like you're a soccer player, a basketball player, right? But you're not usually hitting like full on max speed all out or anything like that. Or even like think like MMA and sport boxing, you're going to go 3 minutes. you got to be able to endure for 3 minutes. You're pretty hard into that lactic system. And then you can pull off a little bit, you can recoup, and then you can go again, and you can pull back, and then you can go again. But eventually your duration is just going to gas out. You're not going to be doing this for, you're not going to be playing one of those sports for 4 straight hours like a runner doing a marathon, right? And then of course, you've got weightlifting, shot put, football, like position obviously dependent, 40-yard sprint. Like, yeah, it's all out, and then you're gassed. You're done. You can do it again, maybe 2, 3, 4 times, maybe if longer breaks in between and hit it again. But those are those different systems, and it just kind of helps you understand like the power output versus the duration. So now let's look at it from athlete standpoint. Any questions on that so far? Sweet. I didn't think so. Just trying to make it simple. But a bigger reserve equals faster fatigue. So just remember that as we're going here. So let's first look at aerobic speed range. And so imagine this as like sprinters initially, and you've got the mile per hour that they're going to be able going, or runners in general, right? And then let's look at our athletes. This is athlete one's aerobic base. They can maintain an aerobic base at a running pace, maybe right around 6 miles per hour. So they can just keep cruising for 6 miles per hour. Athlete 1, right on. Good job, right? That's great. Where's my mouse? Athlete 2, oh, snap. They can cruise at about 10 miles per hour for a while. They've got a pretty strong aerobic base. So their base is able to keep going much more than athlete number 1. And athlete number 3 is maybe around 12 miles per hour. So they can really go. I know, they're impressive. It's probably not a realistic example. But now we look at the anaerobic speed reserve. So this is what's like left to be able to do, to Kirill's point, what is anaerobic, right? So we're gonna be able to tap in and do that extra push nice and hard. So if we got athlete number 1, man, they've got a weak aerobic base, so they're not gonna be able to do this long, but they can push hard. So maybe in a mile, they're the ones that's gonna actually be able to push and finish that mile faster than anybody else. Or maybe they're also gonna be the one that can like throw some weights really, really heavy, really fast, but they're not gonna be able to do and sustain that for very long because their aerobic base is so low. So maybe they're that Mustang. Whereas athlete number 2, they probably can't go as much. So they can actually still like sprint out. They could probably do a 5K really, really fast because they can sprint out that last little portion, but not for very long. So like they're running almost all of it, and then that last like 0.3, 0.4, they're like, boom, they're gone. You're like, dang, I can't do that. I don't have that anaerobic capacity at the end to keep gassing out as long, right? But again, this person has such a low aerobic base, they're not gonna make a 5K. They wouldn't finish it because they don't have the capacity, even though this anaerobic capacity is so huge, right? And then person number 3, they're winning the marathon. So as long as the distance keeps going, the person with the bigger aerobic base is the person that's obviously going to have sustained power. Now, when you start to get into like hybrid athletes or people that have these other training capacities, even a lot of CrossFitters like Shaylin, right? Shaylin's going to be a professional CrossFitter one day. But they probably have an aerobic base that's still up here, but their anaerobic actual reserve still goes up to here. So imagine it was just up here. That's like the ideal athlete. That's like, whoa. It's just one in a very few that can actually do that, right? So usually we tend to lean more towards one than the other, both just naturally. Like our bodies are just like built towards being able to do so. But it's always going to come down to the athlete with the bigger aerobic base is going to have more capacities to recover and do things better and faster, right? So it's just something to be aware of. So you tend to have your power lifter. Yes?
I would like to say by the graph, as an athlete 1, my graph's bigger than yours, so
Yes.
I want to be very clear about that.
That's true. He does.
I don't hear anything else about
Yes.
how that's probably stupid.
No, he's number 1.
When you look at graphs, I'm the biggest, sucks to suck. Thank you.
So there's your 3 athletes as examples. You have a question?
I have a really quick question.
Yeah.
So I've always wondered this about like marathon runners who are running like let's say their average pace is like a 6-7 minute mile, which to me is crazy because I can't even do that for one.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, well, what the heck is their 1 mile time?
Probably not that much different.
Okay, and I always that range on a marathon runner, they would be running like a 4-minute.
It's the equivalent
Okay, but
to the same client that you have doing 5x5 on their dumbbell bench press and they use 10s, and then you have them do a 4x20 and they use 10s. You don't understand why they didn't use heavier on the 5s, but that's just where their body wants to go and thinks it can go. Not the greatest example because they just need to go heavier, but yeah, they probably can't run that much faster in a mile.
Okay. I've always just wondered that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because their aerobic base is so high, but their anaerobic threshold is really low. So if they wanted to push harder than 6-minute mile, they just don't have the strength or anaerobic threshold to do that, to handle that.
Or haven't trained
Yeah.
themselves to
Okay.
do it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. But they have such a huge aerobic base. If they had some proper training and some strength given into it, I'd be scared. They'd hit.
4.5-minute mile?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. All right. So let's also look at it from one other perspective. Same calculation of, or same chart, right? But maximum sustainable power, because I think this is actually a really important thing. So imagine we got person number 1. Now their power output's low, right? They don't have a big power output, but their duration ends here. So imagine they've got all this box to be able to work in, okay? You're like, all right, cool. So person number 1, that's probably like your long distance runner, your cyclist, whatever the case may be. So let's look at person number 2. So now the person number 2, you're like, oh, dang, they have a lot more power output, but they actually have the same ability to go further. That's impressive, right? This is like me, and this is Kirill. So we can actually go the same distance, but she can actually do it at a much higher power output. So that's the difference. It's not true, but it's basically like I can run a 5K, say that's my max, with a 10-minute mile, and Kirill can run the same. She can't do more. We've got the same duration, but she can do it in a 6-minute mile. That's what that would be like. Does that make sense? Cool. So here's what happens though sometimes, and this is why all this kind of recovery aspect of conditioning is so important. Let's say we actually did go for that run. Person number 1, they don't have the same power output, so they're slower, right? So we're both gonna go the same distance, but person number 2, in theory, should get there way faster, yes? Cool. Person number 1, this is how they were running. They were pushing a little bit, they got close to their kind of power output here, close, they pulled back down, close to the power output, and then they finished. Person number 2, they went hot out the gate. They went harder and higher than their overall power output, really pushed. Because of that, they tanked. Then they also went all the way down here. And then by this point in the race, now they've lost it, even though they had a greater power output and potential, and the same potential from a durability, distance-wise standpoint, and they lost. Because at this point, everything's fair and equal. So we need to also use conditioning as a way to manage fatigue. And that's why I was talking about that in the initial slides. It's also about sustainability, repeatability that conditioning gives us, right? So we need to know what the race or what the event is, because for lack of a better term, you don't want to blow your load in these first few seconds and then be done and not actually be able to finish, right? Cool. All right, so the fitter the athlete doesn't necessarily mean that they go faster, that just means they fade slower. Like that's what we're thinking about when we're thinking of global fitness. They just fade slower because they can recover better. They can regenerate those systems, those ATP systems a lot faster, right? So fatigue isn't bad. Like a lot of times we look at conditioning, we're like, oh, you just fatigued fast, that's bad. No, fatigue is just your body's like emergency brake system to say like, hey, we don't want to push beyond what we can't recover from, so we're going to force you to slow down. That's all that is. It's like, oh, heart rate's too high, blood pressure's too high. Your body just starts doing things to manually down-regulate you, and so that you can actually recover, right? All right, so what do we train? Well, obviously we train the Alactic system, so it's that 0 to 10 seconds. Aubrey was the one kind enough to just regurgitate all of her school to us. The Lactic system, their debit cards are our 30-second to 2-minute mark, and then our aerobic system is just really that 2+ minute. Cool. So we're gonna either need to raise the floor, so it either means we need to bring up that aerobic base for somebody, we either need to increase the repeatability, their ability to keep doing the thing, or we need to raise the roof, which just means they don't have that anaerobic capacity. They're not strong enough fast enough, hard enough to be able to go with intent. So we can bring that up as well, right? So step number 1, how do we do this? We ask questions, because it kind of matters, just like with everything else. So you always ask, what is their sport or their main goal? Like, start there. And within like the sport world, it's cyclic or acyclic. So a cyclic sport, it's cyclical. So it's going to be like cycling, hence where the word comes from, running. It's very repetitive. And so it's usually longer duration, or it's acyclical, which means it's short durations, and it's usually not repeated at an immense amount of time, right? So we would ask, because if their main goal is like, I just want to play with my grandkids, sweet, let's bring up your aerobic base. Let's just bring that up. It's probably all we really need to do. Now, to Shaylin's immediate presentation today, we probably need to train some other qualities to prevent some other things from happening. But ultimately, this is where we're at. Question number 2, how do they currently train? Right, so especially with athletes, like what are they currently doing? What's their sport? What's their activity that they're playing? Is it that they want to go completely in a different direction than what they're already doing? The more information you guys have, the better, right? Is it they're strength biased, cardio biased? They're just inconsistent? This is going to tell us a lot of things. Not any different than when we do an assessment with a client that comes in, and these two will probably vouch. You probably get like 80% of all the information you need to write a training plan just from talking to them and asking these questions. The tests are great. Tests show things, but I would say you're going to get most of this. And so if I find out that, like, you know, girl's like, yeah, I want to run this marathon, and all she's doing is strength training, I'm like, okay, well, that probably gives me some ideas of where she's at. Or if she's doing a little bit of both, then I'm like, all right, I probably need to see where we're at. And the last one, injuries or issues that would limit testability. Just like you would with an assessment where you're like, nope, I'm not going to do this I'm not squatting. Nope, I won't do it. You're like, okay, I got some ideas now, right? Because if I'm going to put you guys on an echo bike, probably need to know what we can and cannot do so we can make those test modifications. All right, so let's test. Let's see where we're at. So if I want to see where someone's test capacities are, these are the things I'm going to do. So I'm going to pull the bikes out, but while I do that, you can fill out your answers to your questions 1, 2, and 3.
I'm allergic to cardio.
The doctor said I couldn't do the echo bike, actually.
What, Shaylin?
I would love to see that doctor's prescription.
That's illegal.
Do not get on the echo
I didn't
bike.
ask for it. I said I would love to see it.
I'll be a lawyer. Leading the witness. Objection.
Objection.
It's all stuck together.
Oh, right.
Date today. It's 8/8/8/8/8.
Are we answering whether it's cyclic or acyclic, or are we actually putting what our goal is?
But what your goal is.
Lovely.
It's going to be great. You're going to love it, Stephanie.
Yeah, I don't mind, like, short.
Great. We're gonna
How
do.
about that 6 minutes up here? That's
We're not doing 6 minutes. If it makes you feel any better, the longest, you're only doing a 30-second at max.
Let's do lactic threshold test for 10 minutes.
It's an option.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really does. It's weird. Yeah, is there a tendinopathy disease? I think she has it. Like,
I have a tendon disease. Look at me.
Tell me that I don't have an aerobic face.
I thought we do that.
Be like, you should get a pot kettle.
Oh,
whoa, pot kettle.
who here can squat 400 pounds? No, that's a cute
Who here
name.
really feels like they
What's that relative strength based on body weight? I'm just curious.
Okay, buddy.
No, I just want to know. Like, how many times time body weight?
2.
Okay.
Who are you gonna squat 2 times your body weight? Oh, same question.
No, I just was curious.
I'm trying to get there, okay?
I'm trying to make myself feel better because my cardio sucks. That's what that is. I go home and think about it and cry. And then don't run.
I have non-specific lower back pain, so I don't,
I don't do cardio.
it's fine.
It's very specific.
You did hang out.
All right, cool. So we're gonna do 2 tests. All right, I'm in. Yeah, you better take that off. So first thing we're gonna test is a 6-second Alactic test. So we're trying to see how much wattage we're able to produce in a very short amount of time, how much power output you guys have. This is using your ATP system, and we're looking to see how quickly you can generate a lot of torque into that Echo bike. And this is gonna tell, he's like, I'm out. He slowly leaves. Right? But we're also gonna be doing it repeatedly so that we can see if you have peak power repeatability, because to be able to do something once is great, shows a lot, but we also can learn a lot to see if somebody isn't able to do it multiple times, right? So is this a person that needs to bring up their repeatability, or is this just a person that needs to bring up their overall ceiling and isn't strong enough overall? Has everybody done an Echo bike where you pushed at least decently hard at least one time in your life? Yeah? Okay. Because there is the skill component, right, that Ethan was talking about, where it is a coordination thing. I think the bike is actually one of the best things for teaching, especially people that lack opposite arm and leg coordination. It is literally programming that back in from a neuromuscular standpoint, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a 6-second all-out test, and then you're going to actually take a 2-minute rest. So you will need to time your own 2-minute rest time frame. If we get slightly off, probably not the end of the world. And then you're gonna write down what it said was your max wattage. I don't care what the average is, because with the 6-second test, you tend to get ramped up. He's smart. Yeah.
Pam, well, maybe I should get up now.
Yeah.
Start working out.
If it's not a competition, I don't know what we're doing. So.
He already knows my numbers, so I know he has numbers in the back.
98, baby. Come on.
He has numbers in the back of his head he's trying to beat.
You don't get any lead in, it's just go.
It'll give you a 3-second countdown. So if you want to be moving, totally fine. Within 6 seconds, by second number 3, even if you're at a dead stop, you most likely will be already hitting your peak, and then it will fade for the last 2-ish. That is very normal. So it'll be whoever wants to go first. What I'm gonna do is program in a custom 6-second, and you'll get the height set to whatever you want as far as the seat and such.
Go to your hip, give or take.
And then, yep. Cool. So yeah, make sure that it's set at the right height for you. So typically when you guys are doing the height, like actually this seat is almost perfect for me. You want to have like barely any knee flexion left at the base of where that is. Yeah. We're gonna do one at a time. Is that what you guys want to do?
Did you get?
You got the right height?
Yeah, well, it's the lowest it's gonna go, so yes.
All right, so start pedaling. And it might auto set. There you go. 2, 1, rip. Harder, harder. Somebody set this bike up to go next based on your height. Come on, harder. Boom.
And 2-minute timer.
Yep. And then let's see. So your max watts was 774. Oh no, sorry, 807. That was the average.
Okay.
So write down 807. Rip.
What do you get? What are we getting here?
I don't know. Try both.
2-minute timer.
I bet there is.
774.
807
807.
max.
Just remember why would you twist that? That's gonna make it so hard to adjust.
That's what he does.
That's how people break things.
Legs feeling heavy?
If you start pedaling, then it'll start doing a countdown. Nice.
What do you get?
Yeah, that was your average. So hold on. 16:24. Yeah. Set a 2-minute timer.
Dang, I gotta step it up. Is your timer about to My timer is almost up.
All right.
You're up.
Oh my god.
Just the height. Is that height good? Let's pull it down one. And let's not have Ethan twist it like a dingleberry. Probably that.
Yeah, dingleberry.
I feel like you were like kind of leaning into it, which
Yeah.
helps it.
Get out of the saddle. Push.
There you go. Yeah. Good.
Who's up next? Stephanie.
Yeah,
Two.
we're gonna have to go to it.
872.
Our 2-minute timer's gonna.
Yeah. All good.
I know, I haven't gone yet, so I'll just wait until everybody gets through their 2 minutes and then I can hop on.
Yep, go for it.
Almost hit you.
I like we're gonna all run into.
Yeah, once we switched to one bike, it was kind of problematic. Come on, girl. Drive, drive, drive. There you go. Done.
Battery higher.
What was my number? Do you remember?
That was lower.
774.
No, yours was like,
You were 16 something.
I put 1650.
I think that was right. Does that seem too high, or is that good?
Oh, that's good.
All right. There you go. Nice. So 1168. Heck yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, that's probably still too tall.
Yeah.
Go down one more.
All
Yeah.
right.
Ready? Let's get it, Obs. Boom. Nice. Ooh, so 938.
Hell yeah.
938. Yeah, your 2 minutes.
I thought that was gonna be
All right.
lower. I was like, that felt weaker.
Nice. Average 1586. No, that's actually good still. 1586 is good.
I gotta do this 3 times?
Just twice.
Okay, good.
But a third. I did it 3. Boom, nice.
I like that part.
but it's hard
Yeah.
to think about when you're also pulling from your arms too. You're like, oh wait.
938.
I halfway through it, I was like,
So 3 is the ultimate that you would want to test with this. If anybody does want 3, because it does, you can do your full, then I would recommend it. But if you don't, that's okay. Oh,
Flip the pedal.
yeah. And it might be okay because you might have already hit your peak. 710.
On my peak.
Said it might be.
Test no lies.
Does anybody want to do a third? You just keep doing 2.
like 7 seconds.
I got 1 minute.
Usually. Like you can't maintain it after 7 seconds usually.
Not that torque and peak. No, not at all. Usually you can only sustain your max for 2 to 3 seconds. Yeah, yeah.
What are we trying to get?
I'll show you. Ooh,
What's a good average after you do the math?
I'll show you. Don't worry.
Why do you have 500? I feel like you threw a 500 around or something with watts. What's that number?
I threw a 500 around?
Like in the past.
Maybe.
Remember? I just remember you being like 500. I'm like, I don't know what that means. Maybe
There you go. Drive. Boom, stop. Nice. I knew that one was higher. 12:35.
Oh,
Yeah. You need to go on? Yeah.
I can quote you. Batteries were dead.
Oh,
30 to 45 seconds for advanced to sustain 500 long-term.
gotcha. Yeah.
Okay. I was okay. Now
I was like, what?
You're like, what?
Is you good? Time.
That was good.
15:10. That's perfect. Ideally, 5 to 7% drop on each one is going to be normal. If it's greater than 7% drop, you don't have good repeatability with your ability to sprint. I think you got more comfortable with the test. And that's why I was asking initially, like, does everybody have good skill level with the bike? You got more comfortable with the test, so you got better. You do this again like a couple weeks from now your body knows what to do. Time. There you go.
8:40.
8:72.
8:72.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody else the third time?
My average and my thing are actually really close.
Yeah. No? Okay, cool. All right. So that's your alactic test, right? And like I was saying here, like less than 7% or greater than 7% shows that like you have low lactic repeatability. So you can do a little bit of that math if you wanted to. If you're within that 5 to 7%, like that's kind of the normal sweet spot, you should see a drop off. Totally fine. All of you guys obviously can produce a lot of power and be able to go through. This is great. Our second test, actually let's look, let me go to the slide real quick here, and then we'll go back. So that gives you guys a little bit more recovery time. When you're doing a lactic test, heart rate means nothing. Don't worry about it. Like, don't even worry about testing it. Don't even worry about checking it. Don't worry about how long it takes you to come down from. None of the current studies or research or anything like that puts any emphasis on it, because it's just how much power you can put out in a short amount of time. That's what matters, right? It's just like, do I care that an Olympic lifter took 3 minutes to recover before their next lift? No, because they have 3 minutes to recover before their next lift. So do I really care what their heart rate's doing during that time span as long as they hit the lift? That's what this is, right? If my lineman can line back up and hit really hard by the time the next play is, all I care about is the repeatability. I don't really care what their heart rate's doing. It's not a good test gauge for heart rate, so just know that. But this is how you can kind of test based on some normative data, which I think is really helpful. So when you look at, you can take your, obviously it's in kilograms per watts. So you just divide your weight, your in pounds by 2.2 in kilograms. That gives you that. And then obviously like you can divide to give you your total there. So I'm pretty sure everybody is probably, everyone get their calculation of where that is?
I can't find my phone.
Usual. Yeah.
That's true.
Wait, what do we, how do we calculate what now? Say that again?
So you do the watts and then divide by your weight in kilograms.
Mm-hmm. Where you at, Stephanie?
13.6 and then 13.2.
Sweet.
My weight in kilograms.
So obviously like you're killing it.
0.2?
I know, I thought it was bad.
No.
Or is it divided by
No, I saw the next thing.
Weight divided by 2.2 to get your total kilograms.
Then I looked down and I was like, yo.
And then you've got your watts divided by the kilograms. Your total watts, whatever your max was. And you just go off of your best one usually. Mm-hmm. The average doesn't matter.
Your max divided by your kilos. Is that what you're saying?
Because then this is taking it and it's making it more of a relative, because it's based on body weight, right? So then it's not like someone who is maybe like 300 pounds who can just rip really heavy on a bike versus someone who maybe weighs 105 pounds. It gives you that relative strength capacity from an alactic standpoint, right? Good? Number? You happy with your number?
I'm elite, apparently.
There you go. Most people who lift weights regularly on this and they develop a skill on a bike, they usually are okay, especially if they like lift quite frequently, right? We learn how to put a lot of power into the ground and lift something really fast as quickly as we possibly can, whether it's powerlifting, Olympic lifting, or any of the other things in between. Yeah, you're good.
And so you said 5 to 7% is like
Is-
ability to recover?
Yes, so that would be the other thing, and that's why 3 rounds is usually the best test, three sets of 6 with a 2-minute break perfectly timed in between, right? And so like when I did my actual calculation, it was literally almost 2% drop in my max capacity. So it's like, okay, cool. From an Alactic standpoint, if I need to hit a sprint, I can do that, clearly. It's almost the same every single time. It's also how you can check if somebody's sandbagging it. Because if you are running this test and you're like, are they sandbagging it so they can see all their numbers be a little here and they're saving some in the tank for the second one or for the third one or wherever the case may be, like you can actually start to see some of those elements as well, right? Okay, cool. So now that we've started to recover a little bit, we're gonna go back and then I'll come back to these things. Actually, did I miss anything on here that you guys need? Yeah, it's everything I talked about. A large drop of greater than 10% between reps 1 and 2 equals fatigue or their pacing. They were pacing themselves on one of those, or it's just skill thing. Like Tyler got better because he's like, oh, I got more comfortable with the bike. And obviously that bike reads differently. Cadence and speed curve should ramp hard for those 2 to 3 seconds. You guys felt that, right? And then it immediately felt like it flattened out if you really gave your all. Those last 2 seconds, especially that last one, was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can keep going. Like it's the thoughts in your head are spinning, right? And then if it's gradual with no pop, that's usually another way we can know that they're sandbagging. And then obviously I didn't have to tell you guys this, but if you're ever doing this with clients or anything like that, you do need to tell them like, hey, this is all out, nothing left sprint. And usually with clients of that nature, and when you're doing this in a test facility, you're not telling them that they're going 2-3 rounds because they actually do go all out, right? So yeah, cool. People try harder when they know. So obviously there's your Alactic. All right, so let's go back now so we can actually go boom, to our second test. We're not gonna do our 6-minute aerobic test, okay? Just because of time and whatnot. But we're gonna do 2 30-second lactic bursts. Yeah. Yeah. What's that?
Aero.
No, not for this. So this is going to look at obviously our glycolytic system and how much we can tolerate, and then even more so our repeatability standpoint to be able to go. It's going to give us a lot of information. Your first effort, good, but your second effort crashes. Like that's where we're going to learn a lot about the lactic capacity system. I can tell you the one thing that's hard about doing these 2 tests back to back, because I literally did this to myself on Thursday, is now you just got used to putting maximal force into this thing. And it's really easy to like get 10 seconds in hot and be like, what did I just do? And you end up pulling back. And that's okay because we're gonna take 2 numbers this time. I need your max number that the bike says, and I need your average number that the bike says. Okay, so it is okay because it's gonna accumulate the average over that time span, right? Just don't have 1,000 watts in your first few seconds. It's a really bad decision. Sure? Yeah, unless you can maintain. You can maintain. Okay? It's a 3-minute rest time, and we're only doing it twice. Okay? But it should feel like massive burning, I'm going to die, nauseous, dizzy. That's how you know you actually did it right.
Everyone hear that?
So it's how Aubrey and I feel when we wake up in the morning. So we're used to this. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Let's do like 3 and then 3.
Shaylin said she'd go first.
I'll go.
Obs firsts.
Are we
All right.
gonna use both bikes?
Let's just use this one, and then we'll do 2-3 cycles and 2-3 cycles, and then the last few slides, and then call it.
I did great on the first test. I'm going to do great on this test. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I don't know, I was
This
pretty
is
sure
gonna
you
be
were gonna
fun
die
and
after
awesome
certain
and
6
exciting.
seconds.
Hey, I
I
was
love
at
bike.
17 kilograms per watt, so.
I was at 18.5.
Shut up.
Relative still matters.
Damn it!
Wait, it's on rest. Yeah. All right, time to make it burn, girl. That's the hardest part.
Yeah, because then you kind of want to start off
You got this, girl. Come on. Yeah. Halfway. Don't let off, Hobbs. 10 to go. Yeah, stay on it. You got this. Don't let off. 5. Push harder. Come on. 3. Everything you got. Don't finish hard. Finish hard. Finish hard. Finish hard. Nice. Yep. That's how you know you did it right. All right. Some numbers. You gonna remember this? 640, 710? Okay, go get your phone.
Hopper's like, I'm trying to breathe.
Uh-huh. Aubrey did that test perfectly right.
Because right towards the end, she was, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I already forgot.
I know, come here.
Okay. And you could tell she started off like.
And her legs are burning like crazy, and she's regretting life. Yeah, it gets worse the second one.
All right.
What is it?
645 is your average, and 710. Right, is your height at a good one? Or do you need it different? Aubrey, do me a favor, set a 3-minute timer.
Now you guys are gonna hear what I breathe when we go on these hikes in the morning. Joseph knows what my pug breathing sounds like.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So she was averaging like that 645, so you can kind of keep that in your head. 10 down already. It's really good. Come on. You got this. Halfway. Come on, drive. Stay in it. 10 seconds to go. You got a little bit more in you. Come on. Shaylin, push. Everything you got. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Nice. Nice, homie. Yeah.
What?
Okay, can you read it?
Yep, your average is 602. Max 667.
You did great. You did great.
She did really good. You want to adjust your height?
You're like, shut up. Let me breathe, dude.
Does that feel right? You ready?
How you doing over there, kid? Doing great?
10 seconds down. Halfway. Last 10. Everything, Tyler. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. He's got some lactic capacity.
Yeah, you punched it since the
971 max, 840 average. And he's like, all right.
He's not that beat.
You get both of those?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's not fair.
That's impressive. It's like
Yeah.
walking around.
I'm just probably gonna have to roll in here in a sec. For 3 minutes.
She's got 40 seconds left. It's perfect. I started a timer. Yeah. 10 seconds down. Halfway. Last 10. There you go. Stay in it. Find that gear. 5, 4, 3, more. 2, 1. Die.
Are you sure you only get 3 minutes?
Yep.
Come on.
No, I'm not ready, dude. The 3 minutes is not enough.
1004 max. 807.
All right, he's good.
Aubrey, you ready?
I'm not sounding like a pug, though.
My legs are.
Oh, wait. I was like, something feels off.
Oh, now just seeing you guys, I'm like, my legs are gonna be close. What did you do last weekend?
You'll be fine. You'll be fine in like 2 hours. No, I'm serious. Yeah. 10 seconds down. You got it. Come on, Hobbs. Find that gear. Everything you got. 15 seconds to go. You have the capacity. Come on, girl. Don't let off. There's more in you. 10 seconds to go. Come on. Come on. Arms, legs. 5, 4. Push harder. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Good job. Yeah, those legs tickle.
Yeah.
Walking feels weird.
You're the first one, Aubrey. You did
The pug breathing begins.
Max Aubrey is 6:45. Average 5:59. It's 30 seconds of your life, Shay Shay.
True, that's how I gotta tell myself in my
30 seconds.
There you go. Yeah. Come on. 10 seconds down.
Deep breath.
Come on, girl.
Come on.
Halfway.
Push.
Everything you got for 10 seconds. That's all you got to give. A little bit more.
Pushing.
5. Don't lose this pace. 4, 3, all the way to the end. 2, 1. Time. So good.
Hell yeah.
Way to punch it.
How are those legs?
Great.
Max 667.
That's right.
Average 602.
That's the same that I just did.
That's legit.
Same, really?
Like
Yeah.
the exact same.
Who's next?
Thanks,
Tyler.
Big dog up.
He punched it too. He just
He did better than me.
No, he's on the floor. Yeah. There you go. 10 seconds down. Yep, halfway. Come on, man. 10 seconds. Yeah.
all the way.
5. Harder. 4. Don't lose the gas. 3, 2, 1. Time. Yep. Woo. Max 872. Average 774.
I'm still breathing hard. This is gonna go great.
Yep.
Come on, pug boy.
He just owns it. Ten down. Halfway. 10 seconds to go. Last 5, 4. You'll never amount to anything. 3, 2, 1. Time. I should have said that to him earlier. Max 100 watts. Average 90 watts. No. Max 938.
Go ahead.
Average 774. You two ready?
I can't get comfortable.
You won't be able to for a while.
Got it.
Is that a good height?
Yeah.
Okay. Aubrey's still dead too. Yeah. Yeah, girl. 10 seconds in. Yeah. Halfway. Come on, girl. 10 seconds to go.
Come on.
Yep.
Come on.
Stay in it. 5,
Come on, Chad.
4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Max 667.
Oh, nice job, Seth.
Yeah.
Ow.
Max 667. Average 602.
God, one of my legs hurt so bad, Joseph.
I told you.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Glycolytic capacity over here.
Ow.
That burns worse than my leg did.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Ten seconds in. Halfway. Last 10. 5, 4, 3, to the last second. 2, 1, game. You paced really good. Max 624. Aubrey, give you 20 minutes, you'll be fine.
Okay. Wow, that sounds so great. Thank you, sir.
Average 559. I only know because I did this too. I'll show you my numbers.
Yeah, okay, good.
I did this on Thursday to make sure that it would both test back to back are good. I just didn't have any motivation. I'm in my garage by myself. And Hagrid is like sitting and staring because I'm like, ah, ah.
It helped that you were like telling me, okay, where am I? I have 10 seconds, I have 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I can.
Because I would look up and I'd be like, I have 25 seconds to go.
Yeah. And I didn't have to think about it. I was like, okay, just go.
How do your legs feel?
Or just a
A little questionable? I know, I really wanted James to go through this.
James would walk out. I should have walked out. What? Why am I so uncomfortable?
It's really bad, isn't it?
It's so bad.
You know what's funny? You only did a minute and 18 seconds of work.
Dude, it feels like the resistance is increasing as you go, but it's
You're walking around and it's worse, right?
like that hard.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
How much more time you got? A minute? 30. Okay.
It hurts so bad.
I feel like everyone else. Just finish
Yeah.
my cardio capacity will reset faster, but my legs burn.
Well, that's the difference. So like,
Like lung capacity or, okay.
but so think about this. If your aerobic base is really high, it means your blood flow and oxygen system is going to work really good to flush out all of this
Not yet. I
buildup.
got 45 seconds.
Take all the time you need, right? So that's why we want to build up a better aerobic base so that this is the struggle. Our recovering is where we're not good. We might have the power, we might even have the ability to push through, but for how much and how long and how many times?
Is it a difference if I feel like my like aerobic system is like recovering, but my legs feel like still jello?
Yeah, so it means
Difference in like that.
it could mean you have really good lung capacity, you have a phenomenal diaphragm, and it's able to pull air in, but your circulatory system within, and so you probably just need more direct glycolytic work. So you need some lactic work because maybe you don't spend enough time training in that area. You probably spend on both the spectrums. Yeah, but we'll talk about that. Yeah. It's a really good pace. 10 seconds in, you gotta maintain this. Come on, find this. Come on, leader. You lead people. 15 in, let's go. 10 seconds to go. You can do this. You can give me this for 5 seconds. Come on, girl. 5, 4, 3. Family depends on you. 2, 1. Nice. Good job, homie. Yeah. 542 max. It's normal. 476 average.
Oh, it's like, oh my God, you're gross. What is wrong with you?
I couldn't even if I wanted to. And why the hell would I want to?
Okay, come on,
Yep. 10 seconds in. Halfway. Last 10. Pace is good, maintain. Come on, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. 5:59 and 5:09.
What if it takes me 12 minutes to recover after a lesson? What do I factor that in?
I don't think you have recovered yet.
My max, this round was my average.
Recover until next Saturday.
Really?
You'll be all right. Now you know what to do when you have really bad anxiety. Just do that for like 30 seconds. You won't be able to think about anything else other than trying to survive.
Wow, my anxiety is so much better and I'm in rhabdo and I can go to the hospital. How fucking fun.
Well, it's not in your brain anymore.
Holy
Now it's in your body.
I've done crazy leg days. This is the worst thing I've ever felt.
Nothing has brought me to tears like that has. Like it brought out something deep within me.
Meet your demons.
Yeah.
So now you know if you don't have a workout programmed for Saturday Metafit, just do this.
They would ever come back.
I don't think they would. But there's also a difference between like fitness professionals who actually want to push themselves too. So yeah, don't ever do this with clients like to this degree.
But I love this because
Unless they ask for it.
Right.
this is cool because like it absolutely sucks, but it's also showing what you're capable of doing. And like
It exposes everything. You cannot hide.
right, yeah.
Come on in now.
Yeah.
The water's warm.
I'm ready for you.
All right. So let's try and get you guys out of here. Even though I have several more slides. Yeah, that's what I'm.
Fast, Kirill, you're standing.
No, she's doing what I did. I literally walked around the house like this for 20 minutes with all the dogs following me. Like they were like, "What is wrong?" Yeah. Yeah.
You're not okay?
Right. They knew.
You're right, I did feel a little nauseous. Like
Yeah.
it does make me feel nauseous. I'm like, my glasses, my
My
glasses.
average
Hi,
was
why are you
550
okay?
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. 10%.
Yeah. Okay, so do that little the little thing on their chart. Where are we at? Yep, on the bottom.
I think it's a great idea to have 4 hours and 2 hours.
I was like, we either need to do this before we eat or at the very end.
Tyler, should we go into Marine Corps now?
They won't let me anymore, thankfully.
Oh, man.
I'm too old.
If I joined, I'd go eat crayons.
All right. So grab your sheet, do your little math. So you got your first attempt where you do your max watts, right? You're looking at peak. Those watts divided by your body weight in kilograms, whatever that was. And that's going to equal your... I warned you the other day.
I dislike this. Let the record
I'm
stand.
coming down from like a really bad trip right now. You know, I'm like, oh my
What?
God.
Abby, how do you know what that feels like?
I don't know what that feels like.
I do.
Oh, great. I was not expecting that.
I didn't feel that way. I don't know what trips you guys been on.
Divided by my body weight in kilograms. Okay.
One of strength
Father,
and
what would you like
wisdom.
to do?
Vacations trips.
What am I doing?
Fill this out.
I did.
Okay, so did you get your calculation?
This one.
Yes.
63.
So put your max that you did from attempt 1 divided by your body weight, gives you your max watts per kilogram. Same thing for attempt 2, and then your average.
What are the numbers?
What if I bend my glasses?
Oh, my first one I was at 11.3, the second one's at 9.
Cool. Then do your fatigue index score, which is on the bottom. So take the peak wattage, whichever that one was, that was your overall peak, and then you could do your average wattage on that same one that was your peak, or you can do the mean between the two, your choice, divided by your peak times 100, and tell me what that percentage is. that make sense? Okay. I don't know, you guys have been in school more recently than me, so I had to, think. Proud of you, Aubrey.
Oh, thank you.
What am I, 95 kilos? Is that true?
Does it go that high?
This is your shit bag.
Good?
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
And then Ethan, when you're done, put all this into a PRD and have
You got it, buddy.
dumb bag put it into
I don't know
Strix.
what we're supposed to do with down here. Peak.
Yep. So with that one, with the peak, with the bottom fatigue index score, two different ways you can do it. You could just take whichever calculation had your best peak and your average, and then go with that one and your average, or you can do the mean between the two if you really want to.
I don't understand. I didn't go to college. What's a W?
Watts.
What? Wattage?
I don't understand what I'm supposed to do.
So do.
So that's my first round.
I should have gone
Max.
first so I could recover.
And this
Yeah.
is my
So do 624 minus 559.
624 minus 559.
Divided by divided by 624.
Divided by 624.
Yeah, you might need to do that calculation first because it's going to pull off of that one.
Wait, what minus are we doing?
Just
We just
do-
do watts divided by kilograms, right?
Okay,
And then
hold on.
equal
It's your peak, so
Equals.
the number one that we did.
divided by
Minus the first
624.
one they did of their average. and you
equals
divide that by the number one
times 100.
peak.
Oh.
Cool, 10.4. That's really good.
Okay, so we do peak wattage of number 1
Typically, that's what I do. You can also do the mean between the two.
minus 807.
If you're getting really technical, you would test a third time and you would do the averages of 3.
That's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'd die.
That's what I thought.
Like Thursday night, not nearly feel as heavy. No, it's not as heavy as I
The
thought.
average watt we're doing.
I feel like my numbers wrong.
You
I just did,
can.
like,
Yeah,
for average, I did both my maxes divided by 2.
exactly. And that's what you want to get more specific, you can. I was just making it easier for people. That's going to give you an even better
Extra traumatizing
number.
doing that.
Alright, I got 19.62.
Not bad.
I got 16.9. How's that?
So that's pretty darn good.
Where's your number thingies?
I'm gonna show you. You guys are all in a safe place. It's a safe place. All right. So that's the calculation. You guys all did it on your paper, so I'm gonna fly through that. So you can look at like those wattages that you guys figured out initially, right? So where you fall as far as like the peak and the mean or the average there that's there. You okay, Steph? Yeah. All right. So whatever that like first one was from your peak, it'll tell you if you match up from that standpoint.
Like the first formula.
Yeah.
Watt divided by kilos.
Yeah, so that first formula under peak, what's that watts? This is an easy way to do it, to look and be like, cool, am I able to produce this amount of capacity from a lactic standpoint and meet within these numbers? And then when you're looking at the fatigue index score, you want to make sure that you don't fatigue greater than 30% before the next one.
So like from my peak test 1 to peak test 2 should not be a 15% drop.
15 to 30% is a sweet spot normal amount, right? Cool. So then did everyone figure out where they were at? Cool. Everyone pretty happy with where they're at?
Nausea coming.
Yeah, no, me too.
Is that why you asked if she was okay?
Yes, because I saw.
Pasta wasn't the greatest idea.
That's how you know when somebody's in shape. Kirill and Tyler are red-faced, and I think we're white-faced.
It's DONS. It's not DOMS, delayed onset nausea sickness. Yeah.
Well, I get that.
Yeah. Cool. Then an aerobic test, many different ways to do this, but an easy one is to do a 6-minute. You want to see them climb gradually. This is typically rower or tread more than it is bike, just because with this you are looking from different capacities overall. And then usually you're testing heart rate, and heart rate recoverability after is more important than anything else. So you're looking to see within a 1 minute test afterwards, where does their heart rate recoverability stand? Where does it fall? This is where the difference is between Kirill and I could go exert the same amount of energy for the same amount of time. We stop a minute later, her heart rate is like back to flat and she's talking and doing nothing. And I'm still like, oh my gosh, I still haven't fully recovered, right? Or to Ethan's point where he's like, I'm still dying. It's the same thing where you're like looking at heart rate recoverability. And so that's because this tests your aerobic base. And obviously, if you can recover really well and really quickly after this, because you're not exerting at these high levels, you're exerting at a more consistent level, that means your aerobic base is really high. And you can already see, like, her aerobic base is probably the best here. I barely know Tyler, but I'm like, dang, his aerobic base is really high as well, right? Because it's like, quickly recoverability was right there, right? Cool. And when you're doing that, it's like, if you're doing that test, you can talk, but it should be like, I can carry on a conversation with you, but it's that kind of rhythm and cadence, right? Cool. Sure. So interpreting some of the data, kind of a if this, then that, right? So you guys can definitely dive into this piece. It's on the back side. I gave it to you just to make it easy because you probably won't want to be able to look at this. But you can easily say, like, if they're low in the 6s, say those numbers are low here, and that's why you figured out where it was on that chart. Well, yeah, you just need to really actually give them some peak power. You need to raise that. So you can use that to be able to kind of see and play with that, right? Cool. All right, so let's go last just into the training methods, and then I promise I'll get you out of here.
Yeah, I was about to say, Joseph, I'm not going to hop on that bike.
No, I'm not going to make you do anything else. So once you know what key areas you need to bring up for yourselves, so I would recommend try and do that aerobic base test, right, at some point. But then there's these 5 key areas that you can typically train and actually do. You can do cardiac output, which is going to bring up your aerobic base. You can do tempo intervals, which are going to help you with recover and repeatability. So if that's your struggle. If it's more just alactic power, you can increase the neural drive. Like that's what we're going to do. We can do lactic power. So this is the 2 differences here. If you noticed when you were doing that 30-second lactate test on the bike and you had a really big peak and then you fell off, or you just started falling off your average pretty quickly, or by the second one it was way lower and you're towards that like 30% difference between those 2, then that's where I would say you probably need to focus more on lactic capacity, the capacity to sustain that. But if you found like, oh my gosh, my power is so much smaller than my power in my 6-second test, or it's that plus your 6-second test is low, you need to bring up that power, okay? So.
Like you mean the discrepancy between my max power on 6-second and my max power on 30-second?
Correct.
They should not be 600 kilowatts apart?
There's no actual data on that point. So then that's where you're gonna have to use a little bit of this subjective with the objective and kind of measure like the drop-offs from there, right? I mean, I think it's fair to say as you're still trying to like recover where it stands, yeah, right? So then we can build a plan based on what we need, right? If it's cardiac output that we're gonna be training, that's the method. The best way to actually do this is just to do 30 to 90 minutes straight, continuous, like what a lot of people consider that zone 2, could be zone 3 based on where somebody's at type of training, right? And like 2 to 4 times a week. Bring up the aerobic base. For 99% of our population that walks through the doors here, that's all you gotta be like is just please go for a walk. Please go ride a bike, and not an electric one everywhere. And if you do, please at least pedal somewhat of the time. Please, right? And that's why they're unable to recover. That's why the blood flow isn't there. That's why a lot of these metabolic diseases, that's why a lot of the tendon issues, that's why like a lot of these problems, because their aerobic base is just not where we need it to be, okay? And so a good thing is to be like, intensity level should be 60 to 70%, we're gonna build your engine. If we wanna do tempo intervals, right? So again, tempo intervals are gonna build the aerobic system, but they're also gonna help with the recovery and repeatability, which is really good. The nice thing about this is you can do 8 to 10 seconds of work. It's still short, right? But you're only gonna be doing it at a 70% range. So you now can calculate based on what you know, what is 70% of that? And it gives you now what that can be, which is really good. And you're gonna do 8 to 10 seconds of work, 60 seconds of rest. Another great way to do this, if you don't wanna think and you just need to do something mindless and you don't wanna be on a bike because you hate the bike, take the sled, sprint it down when it's empty, sprint it back, rest for 60 seconds, do that 8 to 10 times. That's good, because you're not gonna be, you can't sprint full out with a sled, right? Your full out sprint is gonna be about 70%, probably even lower, than what your traditional sprint would be. It's the constraint which will solve the problem. You won't have to think. That's a great one for our population because they can't actually do a full sprint. Aubrey can't even form a thought, right?
Normally, should they most of the time?
Correct. Correct. I was watching her stare at the ground like this and just talk to the demons in her head right now.
They're in my legs.
Yeah. Then you've got your lactic power interval. So this is your ATP, so your phosphagen creatine system. So if you want to maximize that peak power, then obviously it's basically doing what you were doing. 3 to 6 seconds work, full on sprint, full on powerful med ball work repeatedly. Some of the plyometrics can even be counted as this that Shaylin was teaching us. Lots of methods, many ways to roam, as Ethan likes to say a lot of times, right? But this is going to raise your ceiling. So with our base population that we have, man, if we can give them a little bit of this, we just call it power, but it works within that same regard. We throw them on a sled to do something, throw a ball, we're doing this, okay? So this is from a programming standpoint. Think, how can I do that? Because I probably can't actually get them to give me enough intent on a bike, and that's okay, right? Then I've got that lactic power interval. So this is like hardcore in the lactic, the glycolytic system. So if you are like full on burn, but you like spiked and then dropped, this is perfect. 20 to 30 seconds worked with 2 to 4 minutes of rest, repeat 6 to 12 reps max, okay? You do that like once a week. So you literally are just doing some form of high intense interval training. I, in this case, am like totally fine with being like, rip on a rower for 200 meters, rest and repeat like 12 times, right? Even like 8 times. So that's a good one where you can totally do rower if that's what they like. Works really good, right? Hit harder, burn later. And then the last one is that lactic capacity interval. So it's still glycolytic. And we're just trying to increase the tolerance, so the durability. So if you're like cramped after this, like it feels like, oh my gosh, this is bad, then it's the capacity issue that we need, not the power issue that we need. So we can actually hit this from a little bit longer duration, but obviously we need a lot less reps. We just need a fewer more sets and spread it out. And we just need to go probably 80 to 90%. So to figure out 80%, try and go 30 seconds. And then what I recommend is progressively. So you go with that 80% for those 30 seconds. Then you go and you add more sets to it. Then you go and add more. And then you go and add duration of time, but still at 80%. Once you get up towards close to that 45 seconds of work at your 80%, then put your effort a little bit higher. But build the duration first before you start putting more into making the bike go faster or longer. Does that make sense? Cool. Any questions on any of that?
That's just regarding the bike.
Tyler,
No, like any of them.
Talked about Jeannie a lot. She's the one in the green shirt.
The one last time I was.
Any method you want.
Okay.
That's
You can do it on a track. Like think of like a 1 lap, 400 meters, or as close as you can get in 30 seconds.
That's just.
The more I do conditioning, the C in S&C,
The C and S&C. That's the way he did it. That's why I thought it was funny.
the more I realize why lifters think that hybrid is stupid and running and conditioning is stupid. Because lifting heavy weights is super fucking easy.
Yeah.
That is disgusting. Like when I started running and he was texting me about hills, who does that? Who does hills and is like, I'm gonna continue.
So actually, that's a good point.
4 times, and I'm like, wow, my job is
I have to have somebody yelling at me, like, keep going.
So and this is where, like, if I were to rate Kirill's 3 things as far as overall, she's much more of a glycolytic, like that's her strongest base, right? And then it's aerobic, and then it's a lactic, right? So it's lactic, it's aerobic, and then it's actually alactic. And so when she hits a hill on a race, she goes faster every single time. And because her glycolytic system is so strong. So because her glycolytic capacity is so strong, she can push into that, and it's literally just like person gone, person gone, person gone, person gone, person gone. Correct. And then her aerobic base is strong enough to then keep carrying her on. Now they're fatigued. So remember, conditioning is how much you can sustain and repeat, and you hope that a pole holds you up, because otherwise you'll fall down. I'm really worried about Aubrey.
How fast does the burn leave after that hill?
What burn?
Like when you get up the hill and everything starts to burn.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
When does that?
As soon as I hit apex.
It's just like
Like,
immediate.
once I start downhill, it's gone. Because you're not, it's not the same effort.
So her aerobic base is here.
I'm no longer pushing.
Yeah.
She said it's gone instantly.
Okay, so you're doing a sled sprint.
Yeah.
You
5
let go of
minutes.
the sled.
5 minutes. I got 5 minutes.
I'm still feeling it from Thursday.
I'm not joking. It still feels like I just did a leg day. My legs feel
No,
3
like
times.
my
bigger.
worse than I would actually
Yeah.
get back on the 5.
This is that was the biggest pump I've ever felt in my legs.
I
I'm not
couldn't
joking.
walk afterwards.
Like
They
when
were
I was
definitely-
laying there.
That's
I was
good.
trying
Yeah, that's how you pushed.
And I could
I think
not.
I felt more like I was nauseous. Well, my obviously like.
I mean, look how swollen this is.
You're just showing off your big muscles.
No, it hurts. It's so swollen.
Yeah. Look at me.
So like it's burn, burn, because you're fighting gravity. But as soon as you hit apex, you're like burn, and then you're no longer it actually feels good
I
to
just
hit
wanna
the
be you.
impact of the downhill.
I just want to be you as a runner.
Shaylin has a question.
Okay.
Probably for Kirill.
A client that comes to you and they're like, I want to do some cardio or conditioning or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
How would you go about that? Because you have 60 minutes, you want to strength train them, but how much cardio conditioning do you have to do to elicit adaptations? Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
60 minutes and you're probably not going to put them on a bike for an hour or whatever.
Yeah, not much. That's what I'm saying. That's what's nice, right? So if you look at this, yeah, we're not going to do 30 to 90 minutes of their time frame. So we're not going to be doing a cardiac output. So then I would look at like, well, what is probably the one thing that I need to do second, most importantly for most people? It would be that alactic power. So I would try and go with like, can I get like a 6, maybe even because I know they're not going to give me the same intent that we gave, a 10-second on, 50 seconds just cruise. And I'm probably going to give them up to 4 rounds of that if it's on a bike, right? And so that would be the one thing I would give them second that's going to be needed the most, because then I'm like, I need to make them as strong and as powerful as possible. I need to raise their ceiling, and I need them to do the work on their own to raise their floor. So that's what I would go with there. Now, if I know that they're not going to be able to push in any of those capacities, then I'm going to flex. I'm probably going to stick to kind of like one of the lactic bases, because it's either going to be like a sled and I'm going to be like down and back as fast as you possibly can, but it's probably for them going to turn more into like a lactic capacity type exercise, just because they're going to only be giving maybe about 80%. And that's okay. Like that's how I'd work that in. But it doesn't have to just be like stationary. So that's where like I would turn the slam balls. I'd be like, we're going to do 20 seconds of this, and then we're going to like sit, and then we're going to do ropes. Like you can have all those modalities. But yeah, that 20 to 30 second is probably where I'm going to go so I can elicit an adaptation 2 to 4 times a week.
Okay. So yeah, because we talked about like minimum dose effectiveness. Like
Right.
You could run that. I mean, you can run that like you said, 2 to 4 times a week, and you would see improvements, right?
Linearly for quite a while with general population.
I think I had in my brain that you need to do.
Because it's intent based, right? So it's if they recover better, their heart rate recovers better, we're seeing an improvement. So why would I need to change anything? The only reason you want to stop doing something is when you no longer see an adaptation. And a lot of times, like within the strength world, we're like, no, 4 weeks, 6 weeks stuck at a weight of actually truly trying, that you are not plateaued. You are not. That's not long enough. 3 months at a weight, that you're still trying to push and hasn't any changed, okay, maybe we need to change something or plateaued. But ultimately, like, it is going to be more subjective than objective because it's not like we can see times, you know? But that's where I'm like, I'm not worried about them going heavier on the sled or even heavier on the ball because I want, so I'm just like, did you feel like you recovered faster and better? Cool, then let's add one more set to it. So yeah, that's just where I would go, or increase the intensity. So maybe it's like, I start here with ropes, right? And then I start here, this is more intense. And then by like month 3, then I'm all the way up here.